Links Armitsare.
Hello, Simon here, Links Armitsare out of Kamloops, British Columbia. There is, commonly found in Asian martial arts, this idea of energy flow, flowing energy. Specifically what I'm talking about is drawing energy from the earth. This is a prime example of what I like to call lies to children. Simplified explanation for things that, while not technically true, nevertheless explain a principle in ways that is easy to understand. As you perform techniques drawing power from the earth, what that means is you're pushing against the earth with your legs. You're drawing, your legs are giving you the power, but you are using the earth to sort of propel that. It's something that is super useful when practicing swordplay, and also can be kind of tricky at the beginning levels. A lot of times, especially with new rapier practitioners, what you'll see is they'll reach and lunge, and as they do, that back leg comes forward, especially when they're moving quickly. It's which destroys your mobility, destroys your balance, and is just generally not a good idea. How we compensate for that is grounding ourselves, using that push against the earth, dropping our weight down into it and pushing against it, keeping down low and strong. When we think of sort of that drawing of the power and pushing against the earth, our back leg doesn't come up because that's what we're pushing against. We can see this as well with the longsword when people, again, reaching out, the back foot kind of comes up. Instead of that, we should be lowering our weight down into it a little bit more, driving ourselves down and against the earth as we push forward. Disadvantage of this. Tactically, it's a great thing. It does require a certain base level of fitness to be able to perform this properly. We need to have that strength in the legs. Cool thing, though, is by practicing this, we build that strength in our legs. So, how we do that is everything we do for today's practice is we're going to get down as low as we can, pushing forward, trying to make it so that as we move, we're not bobbing up and down, but instead gliding. Keeping that weight low. Very quickly we're going to find our legs are burning. You may recognize a horse stance. You know what a horse stance is good for? Building that strength in the legs, building that ability to stand in a lower stance. Again, a lot of kung fu positions are really low down. The way I was taught when I was doing kung fu is we practice the low down positions so that when we actually fight, we're here instead of here. And I really like that. So when we do this, dropping down low with our sword, pushing forward, trying to glide forward, do it. I'm not going to make you just stand in horse stance. Instead, we're going to be moving. We can practice this with a sword or without a sword. This is just as good. Great wrestling advice is to keep your center of gravity low. Drop it down. Keep that strength in the legs. Carry the weight on the balls of your feet, not on the heels, so that we can move, keeping that head level. If we want to make this extra exciting, put a plate or a book on top of your head. So while moving, you stay as balanced and as straight as possible. Cool? Stay grounded. Draw power from the earth. Cheerio.